What's going on, everybody? It is Gray, aka the Hokage, and today we got something a little different, just a little teeny bit different. The top 10 reasons I'm excited, and maybe you're excited, for My Hero Academia, the strongest hero mobile game, launching here pretty soon. And before we get into the list real quick, I do want to talk about how I am finally a real My Hero fan. I was totally fake before, completely just has been reading it for as long as the manga's been running as a casual, but now, bam, not a casual anymore. I finally own, this is, believe it or not, this was the first piece of My Hero merchandise I owned. Well, actually, it was the Shigaraki figure over there, but I got it in the same box, technically, so. Yeah, I own, like, some volumes now, and I have more on the way, so I'm stoked about that. There is one more thing that I picked up that I need to get a little more comfortable. Here we go. There we go. I didn't know that it was going to interact like this with the green screen, which is kind of funny. I now have an Endeavor jacket, which will honestly probably be what I wear. It's going to become a part of the fit, you know, part of the Hokage fit. We got the sunglasses recently. We got the... no one cares. Let's continue on the list.
Eat this!
So, one of the biggest things that I'm excited about this game, it's kind of a cop-out. It's obvious. It's My Hero. I mean, okay, before you get into like, duh, it's a My Hero game. For mobile games, the IP is pretty important because there can be a great game, but if it's for a nonsense IP that no one cares about, like Seven Deadly Sins, for example, then the game's not going to do as well. That's not true. Grand Cross is doing very well right now. But nonetheless, what I'm saying is true. And vice versa. If the game has a great IP, but it's terrible, the game sucks, like every Naruto mobile game ever, then it's not going to do well. But luckily this game looks like it's good, and it's My Hero, and My Hero, not only am I excited because it's just My Hero, but that means that we're getting the My Hero characters. And pretty much all of those are amazing, except for, like, Mineta. So we get, like, the All Mights, the Dekus, the Endeavors, you know, all that stuff that I'm stoked about. So, yes, number one, My Hero. Excellent start, if I do say so myself.
Eat this!
Number two, dub support. This game will, from what they've said on their Twitter, have a option to have English voices, which for the dub people out there is awesome. I know that a lot of the Dragon Ball games have this option, but pretty much it. I haven't really seen a lot of other games do this. Even really successful games don't do this. And in fact, if their Twitter's to be taken seriously, the voice actors have actually recorded specific lines just for this game. Like, it's not like ripped dialogue from the anime. They have real voice acting for the moves in this game, which is super exciting if that's the case. I personally am going to be playing with sub voices because that's what I watch and listen to. But for all, I know there's a lot of people out there that does the dub. The My Hero dub is very good. I have watched a lot of the movies dubbed, and I've seen some episodes, and I think it does a great job. No real complaints, to be honest. So it's a perfectly valid reason to be excited. So heck yeah, more people. I'm happy.
Eat this!
Number three is going to be the gameplay. If you're not aware, the gameplay is a corner button game, so it has like the buttons in the corner that you use your thumb for. But mainly it's action oriented. It's not like turn-based, it's not bubble popping, not card-based. It is full on, you are in control of the character for most of the game modes. There's a couple of game modes that are the exception, but we'll get to them. And you're controlling the character and you're performing the actions. It's basically like a fighting game on the phone. And for me personally, I'm sure that some people would rather have... There's another My Hero game that's a little bit more to that style. Ultra Impact, I believe. This one is definitely you're in the fray. It's all you, baby. And I love that because I play my mobile games like I play my normal games. You know, I take them seriously and I want a full gameplay experience. And as someone who plays Legends and watches a lot of high-end Legends PvP, I can tell you there's depth to these games. There is some serious... Like, there is skill here. For 100%, there is skill. And if you watch a really talented player, it's honestly kind of amazing that you're like, this is a mobile game? I know, like, Raid Shadow Legends, haha. But no, seriously, it really is. It's impressive stuff. So that is absolutely one of the biggest selling points for me on this game. And I know a lot of people probably feel the same.
Eat this!
Number four will be open world. So the game is open world. Obviously, it's not entirely open world. It's not like Skyrim, for example. But it does take place in the city of my hero, and you can walk around and even interact with the characters, and that's pretty awesome. That's not something I'm going to care too much about, but I'm absolutely love the fact that the options available to me to just kind of admire the character that I have and walk around a big city. That's pretty sweet. And I know that in a lot of levels, there's it's like a maze-like system where you can walk around and you get rewarded for exploration by like hidden rewards. So really awesome stuff like that I am excited about. And I know for a fact a lot of people are going to be really excited about that because people love exploring. You know what I mean? Like, great.
Eat this!
Number 5, we're going to have the summoning system. So if you're not aware of the summoning system, I'm going to have a picture up in that corner. Nope, up in that corner. There we go. And it has a pity system. So this is one of the things that I've played a lot of mobile games, like a lot. I'm one of the most qualified people I know to talk about mobile games, and my hat's getting crooked, and that's bothering me. But I've played, Bleach, Brave Souls, Dokkan Battle, Legends, the Naruto game, the first one, and then Voltage. I've played about Grand Cross. I've played a lot of mobile games, especially gacha games. I played the One Piece one when I cared. You know, One Piece is trash. But the one thing that I've learned is that having a pity is so, so important. A pity or a guaranteed, a reason to summon. So many games, especially older ones, don't have a pity system, and it kills it. It can legitimately kill the urge to play the game entirely. I've quit Legends for months at a time because I went on a banner and I went incredibly hard and never got it. And even the pity system is it's always good because it incentivizes spending, right? Because even if even if you get the character, if you're only 2 multis away from getting another one, you know what I mean? You're gonna go for it probably. And that's just, in this game, it's honestly, especially with the way they do banners, because they do it for so far. I'm using by the way, everything I talk about in this video is using the original, aka Chinese, I believe, and then what we know about the beta from the EU. There very well could be different on NA, but that's what I'm going to use for reference. So if I get something wrong, sorry, that's the only information I had available to me. This video is going to be out before the game, hopefully. Hopefully. But typically there's only one character, and then once you get to 6 or 7 multis, depending on the version you play, you get that character. That's it. I mean, if I could do 7 multis in Legends and get the character, woo! I would be playing that game, let me tell you what. But no, seriously, if you play gacha games, you know that is incredibly generous, and for the game that people care about, you only need one. So I know for someone who plans to spend at least a little bit in this game, that alone is a very good incentive for me to dedicate my time into this game. The fact that they have a guarantee and that the banners are and set up in a way that respecting your time. We'll just put it that way.
Eat this!
Number 6, and this is one that I don't think is talked about a lot, but there is costumes in the game. In the Chinese version, I really should say the original because I don't actually know if it's Chinese or not. Somewhere around there. There's New Year costumes, and they might have stats. I'm unsure. I'll put some text, hopefully, if I can find that, if they do. If I feel like they do, but I remember the stats only being like plus 1 HP, so like really minimal stuff. But if they do have stats, that is a little worrying because costumes can be another element added to benefit the whales and not benefit free-to-plays. But so far, they're minimal boosts, if they are boosts at all. And I just like the idea of being able to have my All Might wearing something goofy, or Endeavor even better. So I like costumes in my games. It makes you be able to tell your character apart, and that's great. That's just awesome, and I'm stoked to see what kind of goofy costumes we get in the future. Or even if they're going to do alternate costumes for characters, like maybe future versions of themselves. Who knows?
Eat this!
Number 7 is going to be co-op. There's a couple different versions of co-op in this game. You got 3-player co-op, you got your 9-player co-op or something. There's a lot of co-op. And I like the idea of being able to play with either a couple friends or a bunch of friends if I want to. Because ideally this channel will grow and we could all join the game together. You know, I'd love to play with you guys in the game. And we could do it, you know, at least in some way. The 9v9 mode is, I believe, instanced to 3 teams of 3. But nonetheless, the fact that it's even possible to have one area with 9 people in it is pretty fun to me, and that's a big reason that I'm excited to play the game. I can play with my friends, and I'm sure other people are stoked about that as well.
Eat this!
Number 8, and this is probably the biggest one for me, or at least tied up there with the biggest one, the PvP. So there's a couple versions of PvP in this game. One of them is the typical automated, your team fights another team and you just kind of watch stuff that a lot of other mobile games do, which is fine. I hate that stuff, but luckily for me and for a lot of people, because I'm sure I'm not alone here, they have real-time PvP, and it's you're playing the game against another player, and it looks incredible. I might have some like random footage. Maybe I've pulled from some YouTubers that I'll talk about near the end of the video, so check out for that. But it is real time. You're fighting a real person. Sometimes there's bots, but that's what you got to do. What you got to do. And I love the fact that you can fight someone. It's one of my favorite. It is one of the biggest draws for me. I'm a big PvP person. I don't care about PvE almost at all. Typically, if I do play, it's because I want to get better stuff for PvP. And that's why I like Legends. That's why I want to like this game. It's ranked. It's PvP. I can know what it's. I can beat down a real person, and I know that, and that is one of the best feelings in the world to me. And I know I'm not alone there. We're all stoked for PvP because it also makes talking about the game more interesting. You know what I mean? Like in Dokkan, it's like, oh, cool, the new unit came out. It's broken. Nice, great, get the new unit. But like if we're talking about Legends, it's like, oh, what teams can it go on? Who's it synergy with? It opens an entirely new outlet of talking about the game, and it's awesome. It is so cool. Now, of course, with that, it's a gacha game, so power creep, blah, blah, blah. Double-edged sword. But for me personally, that's the biggest draw for me. Real-time PvP. It's all I want in my gacha games, and it's got it, and it looks awesome. And I am so excited to play it.
Eat this!
Number 9, and this is a big one. The game, from what I can tell, seems pretty free-to-play friendly. Now, what I mean by that is, first of all, the pity system, 7 multis, whoever you are, that is generous. Like, that is. Guaranteeing the new unit at 7 multis. That is generous, I promise. But even outside of that, even if you don't want to spend it all, the A and S characters, at least the 1A, or not S, I'm sorry. The A and B characters, at least the members of 1A, are farmable. And then it's a little time gated, sure, but eventually you can get them all completely maxed out without spending a dime. It'll take you longer, but you can do it. And I mean, who doesn't want that? You can have your Deku maxed out for completely free. And on top of that, as I said, this is using the beta EU, so there's a chance this doesn't happen. Aizawa, who's one of the best PvP characters in the game, he's an S rank hero, insanely broken for PvP, is a free character. Now you have to do some missions for it, and some of it will take a while because you have to get there's some missions that take a while, to say the least. But you can get him. And as far as the missions go, it could be worse. He's legitimately obtainable to every player if they play the game at all. And that's insane to me because if you know anything about the original version, he's crazy. So far, the release schedule, at least on the original version, I do think this is going to change, has been slow, giving players time to save up and pick out who they want to summon for, which is awesome. So far, the game seems incredibly free-to-play friendly, at least when it comes to PvP. Oh, and I almost forgot to mention something. The ranked PvP, dupes don't matter. You just need one copy of the character, and you're good to go. You're the exact same as the other guy who has 4 copies of that character if you play ranked. So, that is amazing. That is incredible. I almost don't believe that's going to make it to global. That's so incredible. Because it just means, the free-to-play players... It really is skill. Obviously, if you have, All Might, Aizawa Endeavor against, Mineta Froppy or whatever, they might have an advantage because they have S-rank characters. But if you have the same team, it is entirely skill-based, and I love that. And I know a lot of people do. I'm so excited, 40 billion times this video. I am. I'm excited to be able to pull till I get one copy of the character, and I can dip. And people are feeling the same way, I promise. And you know what? I'm here for it.
Eat this!
All right, last but not least, this one is a little bit of a cop-out for number 10. We've got content. I'm excited to make content on the game. You guys, assumingly, are excited to consume content on the game. That's right. Who doesn't love watching videos on YouTube? Or, TikTok or whatever you want to do. I don't judge much. Please subscribe. But before this part, I actually did want to shout out a couple My Hero, Strongest Hero content creators, at least people that have made videos so far. that I have found either really informative or really entertaining. I've watched a lot of high-end PvP and or PvE on these people's channels. So I'm going to go ahead and give them a shout out. There's a good chance a lot of you, if you're watching this, or know about these people. But if you don't, I'm glad to have introduced you. Now, there's only 3 right now. I can't do everybody who makes content. So if I miss someone, please let me know and I'll check them out for sure. I'll gladly get more because I want to consume as much as I can about this game, as much as you guys do. So number 1, this is the bigger one, Shiny S, big Naruto YouTuber, big strongest hero YouTuber, definitely picking up for global. I mean, this guy's hilarious. He makes good PvE and PvP videos. Definitely deserves a shout out. If you have not checked him out, I recommend it. Next up is Vulcan. This guy pretty much only makes discussion videos and PvP videos, but they're really, really high-end, good quality PvP videos. So this is some of the best PvP videos I've seen on the site. I really recommend giving it a shout out to see what there's a good chance high-end PvP will look like coming end game. And finally, we're doing Scene X-Ray. By the way, all these will be linked in the description, so please check. There's no reason not to check everybody out. But yeah, Scene X-Ray, tons of content on this game. Does translations, talks about the kits of the characters, really in-depth stuff. Talks about the gear, a lot of great stuff over the game. Some really good PvP stuff, and some videos about the other modes, which is great because a lot of people only do PvP, and he does it all. I've watched a lot of these guys. I'm subbed to them all. Highly, highly recommend dropping by, leaving them a like. Also, tell them I sent you. That'd be great. I didn't ask any of them, so I hope they don't mind the free publicity. But, you know, there you go. I'm just that nice. Giving free love out here in the Hokage channel. So, you know, tell them I sent you. Thanks. And that's it for the top 10. So, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you learned something. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, I'd really appreciate a like and a comment. And if you really want to stick around, I do a lot of My Hero content. So if you want to drop a sub, I wouldn't be too opposed to that either. But yeah, I cannot wait to talk about this game. You know, I'm gonna be talking about it at least a little bit. Probably not like full on. I'm not gonna go like full game content creator, like not every day. But definitely at least a video a week, I'm thinking. At least when the summons or like when a new character comes out for sure. And I'll definitely be talking about my opinions in the game when it launches after a week or so. So look forward to that. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really, really appreciate it. Stay tuned for next week when we talk about the manga. And then hopefully that sometime next week we also get the game. And I'll be here for that too. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Catch all of you next time. Peace.